history, right? So you grew up in South Etobicoke, Lakeshore Boulevard area,
Yes, sir.
right?
From the lake to the world.
Tell me about that area and like just the diverse makeup of the area and you growing up in it, man.
So I was actually there this morning. I took my son out there. We were just like shooting some little video things and doing some cool stuff together. And I was actually I was talking to Jermaine, and I was like, Toronto is known as one of the most multicultural cities in the world.
It is.
And I feel that Lakeshore is one of the most multicultural areas in a city that's praised for multiculturalism. You know, like you had like where we were staying in, on 10th Street on the basketball courts, there's the Caribbean Canadian building. I don't know if it's still called that, but that's what it's called growing up officially. It was next to me. A block over to the east is an Indian Shakti temple. There's a mosque. Down the road is a Korean Presbyterian church. Wow. Across the way is a Jehovah's Witness temple. The bottom of the street is like millionaires gated housing. The top of the street is co-ops and housing. And there's every walk of life, literally, figuratively, metaphorically speaking, in between, and on both sides of that thing. And so, that was the neighborhood we grew up in. And in the 90s, because I'm an 80s baby. So like by the mid to 90s or so, when I was like really outside and, coming outside, I mean, we were outside from super young, but like, really out there, the thing that kind of like brought us all together was definitely hip hop culture. And like all forms of it. I was saying, like, we were walking by this like old folks home area, and I was like, yeah, this area, it had like a cool overhang. There's concrete in the middle. It was all field around it. And I was like, the B-boys used to set up like cardboard on here and have the ghetto blaster out and be dancing and stuff. It was like it was a real scene. You know what I mean? I used to walk around with a little like tape deck, and have like the D batteries in there and just be blasting stuff. We were mentioning Cardi before this the podcast started, and like I remember having his first album on cassette tape and playing that like all the time, walking around with that. And yeah, man, that's what it was. It was literally like every walk of life, we all kind of grew up together. We all ate each other's comfort foods. You know what I mean? Like